die. I keep my head high. I got my wings to carry me. I don't know freedom. I want my dreams to rescue me.
All right, guys, welcome back. In this segment, we will be discussing Derryfield sports. Would any of you guys like to open it up?
I just want to talk about all these sports that we're missing out on.
All right.
I mean, we got spirit, we got bowling, we got wrestling, we got unified basketball.
Unified basketball.
Boys volleyball.
Boys volleyball.
Volleyball. What else? Bass fishing. What else are we missing out on?
Squash.
More spirit.
We said spirit already.
Spirit is a major key. Spirit's a major key.
Racquetball, squash, wall ball, pickleball,
Wall ball.
badminton, outdoor
Ping pong.
beach volleyball,
Beach volleyball.
Can jam.
beach
Can
volleyball,
Cornhole. I mean,
Oh, they had an ESPN
Water
program a couple
polo.
days about
Yeah,
spike ball.
no.
curling,
Curling.
curling,
Figure
bobsledding.
skating.
Figure skating, obviously.
Uh,
So do you think this should be implemented in the new facilities at the S?
I
Absolutely.
think this has to be.
There need to be at least racquetball courts.
I mean, there's obviously going to
Or
be the
squash.
School Beans coffee stand fountain.
Does that have anything to do with sports?
Athletes need their coffee.
Just
Our
being
curling
mentioned,
athletes need their
If
coffee.
you're really
You trying to
tired
plug?
before practice and you want to get a really quality cup of joe, you can just head over to School Beans. That will probably not end up being
No,
there.
I
but-
feel like coffee's not the best thing to drink before.
Oh,
exercise.
no, that's
No, it's School Beans
You
is
can get an
special.
espresso shot. It's
Ooh.
only
For
$1.
hydration.
Yes, definitely. All right, let's talk about some actual Derryfield sports that exist right now.
All right.
Trent and I went to cover the Derryfield girls lacrosse game last
Oh, yes, we
Friday.
did. Yes, we did.
Ended up in a 12-11 or 11-10.
It
We
was
can never get it
12-11.
right. 12-11 overtime win for the girls.
over Kearsarge.
Over Kearsarge, which was a rematch of last year's championship, which Kearsarge did win. Trent, you want to talk a little bit about what we saw in that game?
Well, my first piece of advice is to make sure your camera's fully charged because with 5 minutes left in the game, the camera died. So I had to
That's
film.
not my fault. It was fully charged.
I'm just giving advice to the people.
Give it advice.
The people out there watching
Out there.
our podcast. Make sure you have backup, like your phone, which we did. So that was good.
Shout out to yourself.
I think the person that stuck out to me was I think she's a freshman or sophomore goalkeeper,
Shauna L.
Shauna L. Or
Lemerst.
Lemires.
Lemires. We got it.
Yeah, we got it. She played, I thought, excellent. She stopped a lot of one-on-one opportunities from Kearsarge. And, I mean, honestly, Maggie just had a tough game in the second half, and she came back in. And I'm sure it's tough to come back in a game after getting taken out and still trying to play your best. So, props to her for playing a good game against Kearsarge. What about you? Who stuck out to you?
Who stuck out to me? Going into the game, we knew about the two major players from Derryfield's offense, and that was Callie Bishop and Olivia Strong. We know that they both have scored a lot of goals. Olivia had a lot of assists too. I think we saw Callie Bishop's skill, especially like individual ISO skill she had to take on defenders. But the player that really surprised me the most was Lucy Laclata. We didn't know that much about her. I didn't know how to pronounce her last name. I wasn't sure about it. I did get it right, I think. But she had a tough first half. She had a lot of shots that went high over the goal. She had like 3 or 4 really good scoring opportunities. In the second half, she really turned it on. She had 3 out of the last 4 Derryfield goals, which propelled them to a victory, including the game-winning shot. I think she really stepped up. I think she's a sophomore or a freshman too. She's an underclassman, and she showed a lot of promise. And
I mean, they're definitely neither knowing that Callie Bishop won't be there next year, and Olivia Strong and seniors like Isabel, people like that, like they're all gonna be gone next year. So they're gonna need someone to step up, and like now's the time to start like progressing your skill and just like working on it. So I think she's gonna be a bright star in the next few years to come.
Hey, I won tennis. I missed the match yesterday. What happened?
We lost,
we lost 3-6.
But Jeff did beat Kevin Neary.
I did beat Kevin Neary.
Oh,
Kevin
tough.
Neary, if you're watching this, you're trash. That's all I have to say.
All right. What happened?
So,
Your match first.
well, all right. In my match, in warm-ups, I tweaked my back, so I was a little. It affected my serving. It affected my serving.
God,
Trent played doubles with me. It affected my serving. I still ended up getting the win, 8-1.
It was 8-2.
It was
according to multiple sources.
8-2. It was 8-1.
Alright, continue.
I ended up beating Kevin Neary into the ground just as I knew I would. Kevin, you're not
Kevin,
very
you let
good.
me down.
Kevin, you let Brendo down. Brendo bet on you. Oh, I think we also have to talk about.
didn't bet
Brendo
anyone
bet
either.
me $50 so he could beat me in a tennis match.
That's happening.
And it will happen, and we will be
I
filming
want
it.
I want it on DSN.
It
I
will
want
be
live
on
streamed
DSN. Let me tell you this, Brendo will not win more than 2 games. I might give you 2 if I'm playing bad.
How many did Kevin win?
He won 1.
2.
He won 1. Nope, he won 1. He won 1.
All right.
Anyways, the rest of the tennis
The
team.
rest of
That's
the
what
tennis team.
the Concord people
How'd
told
you
me.
say?
No, I'm trying to talk about. I
I
will after
What's the
Jeff.
score?
8-6. I figured out when I was
I'm
down
gonna pick it right now.
7-3 that my racket was broken. The frame was completely snapped. Had no idea. So I got a racket from Jeff and won 3 or 4 straight games. So that was good. But I ended up losing 8-6.
Ethan Crandallmeyer.
3 years straight.
Ethan Crandallmeyer.
Big B came back. He was down 6-3 or 7-4, and he came back and won a tiebreaker. So that was good for him to get some momentum. And the other guys, they worked hard. The doubles were closer than usual, so that's always good. And Jeff and I won doubles 8-2 or 8-3. So and the tennis team's got a match Wednesday against Winnacunnet and Thursday against BG. So we'll let you guys know about how those go.
Looking up.
I also think our lacrosse team.
Well,
Yeah,
I was just about to say.
There's
I
a
think we
big
should open
game.
up- I think we should open up a new segment, Inside Look. So each of us will go through our own teams and give us a take on how we're doing, what games are coming
So
up.
how did lacrosse do?
So lately we've been killing it. We are still undefeated, 11-0, and we have our biggest game of the season on Wednesday against Dover. And
That's
we've been,
home.
we've been looking forward to this one for a while, and Dover's been throwing a lot of shade at us, coming and watching all of our big games, knowing that they're about to get smoked. But we're trying to keep it up. I mean, we beat Alvern 21-3 last Saturday on St. Anselm's turf field in the stadium, the Battle of the Cats. We defeated Wyndham 13-4, another good game. And we were just at Kennett last Friday, all the way up in North Conway. We won 18-4. So the boys are rolling. We have Dover on this Wednesday at home, and we've conquered the team that beat us 2 years ago to break the undefeated season. And other than that, I mean, it looks like smooth sailing to the playoffs.
Nice, good to hear. Good to hear. How about baseball, Bindo?
Baseball teams had a rough week. I ain't gonna lie, but we're looking to get together, work harder. We got kind of a chip on our shoulder now, heading into these big games against Sunapee, and I think we're gonna bounce back and play well and surprise a few people.
Do you guys do you guys think you have a chance to make the playoffs? I'm not sure what you're.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're looking at we're 4-3 right now. We lost our last 2, the Hopkinton and PCA. I mean, both of those were really disappointing. We let down our pitching. We played terrible defense.
What happened in the PCA game?
The PCA game was kind of different. We kind of ran out of pitching at a certain point, and I mean, some people did step up and pitched well, but it was really our defense in both games. We made too many errors.
I got a stat for you guys. In the past 2 games, we have made around 21 errors.
Wow.
So, defensive side of the ball, I think last game we said it, but I think individually we kind of have to take a look at ourselves and improve what we have been lacking and come out stronger as a team.
Rumor is that the baseball team is holding tryouts today. It's just a rumor I heard. So if anyone's listening and this gets released before today, Tuesday, at 3 o'clock, there'll be some tryouts.
All right, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to the girls softball team. They had a tough win over Hopkinton yesterday. They let up a couple of runs. It was a big game, and I know it was just a good win for them. And another shout out, we talked about him last week, but Ian Dillon continues to impress for track and field. He is currently second in the state for the 200, I think it is. And the guy who's first in the state is a Belmont kid, and he is currently only like 0.2 or 0.3 seconds
Keep it up, Ian.
ahead of Ian, which I believe isn't that much of a huge margin to make it up. So keep it up, Ian. This is his first year running track and field. So it's a big
I
accomplishment.
think rowing's doing well too. They've had a few regattas since the last time. I think they won regattas since last podcast, and I think they continue to do well.
Yes, they did. I got a bold claim by Casey Frost that the rowing team would win this regatta this weekend. So I'm going to say I'm going to be disappointed if they didn't. But whatever.
What other sports can we talk about, guys? Anything we missed?
Anything coming up for us? What are we planning? Anything?
I think we'll have some new DSN content. We found
What's today's
a
date?
few fun interviews the other day. I think you guys should probably see probably a soccer-based podcast coming up here soon. Maybe Premier League or something like that. So
Yeah, I think next podcast, I think we're going to focus a little bit more on the upcoming World Cup this summer. Should be fun. Maybe a special guest. I'm thinking Rob Bradley.
Ooh,
Could make that.
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
We're probably gonna get out to a girls' softball game before the next podcast is over.
they have
We'll
two
see.
games this week against Sunapee. So
Yeah, we'll
Those
hopefully
would be big.
we'll hopefully get out to one of those.
And
But
Brad, we can try to make that Dover match tomorrow.
It's gonna be a big tilly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
before we sign off, I just want to leave a question for the viewers, and then they can answer it in the comments. Is it okay to make one cookie at a time in the oven? Robert Bradley thinks it's okay to take the dough and
It's
take
a big
one
cookie.
single piece of dough and put it on a huge pan and throw it in the oven to make one cookie to eat. Is that
Alright.
okay?
Go around the room. Right? That's a no.
No.
no,
That's a no from me.
Charlie.
Jack, anywhere? Across your room? Can't really see it.
That's blasphemy.
All right.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. This was a little bit of an unusual podcast, but we covered the bases we want to cover, and we'll see you guys next week.
DSM.
DSM.